Hello, world. Travis Lewis. Today I'm going to talk about the Travis Lewis experience. I know that name may sound funny, but the only way I can think of getting it out there to you guys with the realness is just telling you how it is from my perspective on things. Now, that may not be right, but my perspective is a collaboration of a lot of experiences that I've had interacting with a lot of people in the world. 10 years of door-to-door sales, two collegiate football teams, a fraternity, two major universities. I would safely say that I've had the opportunity to be around a lot of people, and that's just a small part of it. But I can tell you one thing that I've learned during the experience is, well, you know what? Let me start off from the beginning here. The last 2 days I've been in the house and I've been binging on Netflix, and I've watched Luke Cage, which was great. I watched the whole thing, which you shouldn't spend your time doing that, but that's what I did. And the other thing I watched was Altered Carbon. Someone told me about that. Both of those on Netflix. They're great. You should check them out. But I was sitting there talking to one of my friends, and I was telling her about how I feel like I've wasted my days away. And I wanted to go back to something that I did when I ran my marketing firms, and I'd like to share it with you, okay? A disciplined life leads to a disciplined business. And the best way to have a disciplined life is to put yourself on a schedule, all right? So what I did today, instead of sitting around and not doing anything and feeling like I haven't accomplished much, is I actually got up and I wrote down a daily and weekly schedule for myself. I found that in the times of my life where I was most successful, I actually had a schedule that I followed every day. My mentor, Kirk Bevington, used to make me write out my schedule daily, my plan of attack. Even on Sundays, I'd have to write out a weekly plan of attack, and then I break it down to a daily plan of attack. And I found myself not doing that because I've changed professions. But then I realized that I wasn't successful because of what I was doing. I was successful because of how I was doing it. Keep that in mind. I wasn't successful because of what I was doing. I was successful because of how I was doing it. So one thing I'm changing about myself is I'm getting back to putting myself on a schedule, because a disciplined life does lead to a disciplined business. And anything you do consistently is going to lead to success, all right? So that's my lesson for you today. I hope that you guys can take that information in and allow it to work for you. But just keep this in mind. A disciplined life does lead to a disciplined business. If you can manage to maintain those things, that maintain that level of consistency, from being disciplined and putting yourself on a schedule and sticking to that schedule, you're going to see productive things happen for you in your life. Peace and love.